Now, this success journey is simply the most important success journey for me because this is a success journey of my wife. Yes, I have honor of recording success journey now of my own wife. You see, she did PMP back in 2020. She never allowed me to record the success journey. She did PMI ACP and she never allowed me. But now I said that we need to break this hypocrisy that we record success journey of every single person, but I am unable to record success journey of my own wife. So finally today, after such request, forcing, smoothing, avoiding, and so many project management techniques, I am going to record her success journey. So now I just wanted to put the context here. This journey has been one of the hardest journey for us. We moved from Pakistan to Dubai, Dubai to Pakistan, and back to USA. And she has worked very hard for this. How she did it, what were the steps? Now I want that she shared this success journey. Please go ahead, Madiha.
Well, thank you so much. And I must congratulate you because you are getting this privilege of recording my journey finally. Well, thank you so much for the kind words. And I must say that uh, I truly agree that this is one of the hardest journeys because I did PMP, that was hard, but I must say that this is one of the hardest. So let me take back you to the time when I started actually this journey. It was around, I believe, May when we actually started writing application, and when we thought about it that I should. It's been like 3 years, and I'm into such a role, and now I should move towards the program management as well. So I should achieve this management certification. So we started around mid of May by writing the application. Initially, Amir guided me through the whole process, how I'm gonna write the application. And then I wrote the first draft. Amir did review that, and then there were so many improvements in the feedback that I received from his side. And I did change that. I did update my application. And then there was a second revision. I did update that, but reluctantly, to be very honest. And then there was a third revision. I did update that, but that was after a fight actually. So there was like four revisions of the applications, and then we submitted that. It took some time to approve the application. It got into review and then it got approved. And we were in the way when we started the whole process of submitting this application and all that. So after this application, we thought that now I should start preparing for my application for my exam actually. So I did started my I did started my preparation for the PGMP exam, but after 2 to 3 weeks there was a lot of load on my project on my work professional work. So I got busy. There was a month of September, so there was a lot of events that was happening from the customer side. So there was like I wasn't even available over the weekend, so I wasn't able to study. Then in October I did started preparing for the exam, and I covered, I must say, like 40% of that. And in November, when I was like 40%, I did prepare for the 40% of the exam. I did like 40% of the preparation. And in November, we moved to Dubai. And then there was some mishap that has happened. So I just opened up the pressure cooker, and there was a steam blast actually. It was all over my face, my body. So we have to rush back to Pakistan. And I was just I went on the medical leave. I was just recovering from all that situation. Then this opportunity of coming to US happened, and then at the end of December we moved to US. So after moving here in US, life was a bit challenging because it's not Pakistan or India or somewhere like that where you got the privilege to have so many maids and your relatives and the family around who can support you, who can assist you in all the matters. But here, with the new client, new project, and of course new environment, and it was winter and very much cold over here and the snow everywhere, so kids, chances of kids getting sick, plus all the household work, and also the office work and we need to do it. I need to do it myself. So in the first 2 months of this, in the first 2 to 3 months, I wasn't able to get any time to actually start preparing for the exam. So somewhere in between, from October to October 24 to March 25, October 23 to March 24, the PgMP fifth edition was launched. So there was a bit changes in that as well. So it was, I remember still, I remember it was like 29th of March. We were just at a waterfall, and we were having some discussions then. We did decide that, I mean, it's like, it's just 2 months that is remaining in my application, till it gets expired or over. So we should try to give an exam, to actually prepare for the exam. So that day we actually decided, after coming back home, I just I just started back my preparation for the exam. And then I can say, like, for 1 month or so, for the whole, I was studying, I was doing my office work, and then after office I was giving so much time for the PGMP preparation. And for the month of April, I mean, like, from 10th April or so, from mid-April or so, there was not a single weekend when actually I haven't studied for like 4, 5 to 6 hours on both Saturdays and Sundays. So on weekdays, I was almost giving 3 to 4 hours, and on weekends, I was giving 6 hours. So normally, I wake up around 6 a.m. I have to prepare the breakfast and the lunch for my kids, and also for Amir, and then I have to rush to office. But over during the month of April and till mid-May, what I was doing is I was waking up by 5 a.m. I will study for 1 hour, and then I will just do my other duties, like a regular way. And then after the whole day, around from 7 to 9, I will again study. I will give like 2 to 3 hours at the day and to my exam preparation. So for the last 20 days before attempting for this exam, I must admit that we were all there was no work that I was doing at home. No home cooked food. So kids were like eating just the frozen food and the Maggies, and we were just dining out with very limited options, of course. But that period was done. So here comes the exam day. So my exam was like 8 a.m. in the morning. So I left around 6 a.m. from my house to go back to go to the center. So while attempting for the exam, of course, so Amit told me to just divide the exam into 60 60s, and there are 170 questions in the PGM exam. So Amit told me to divide it into like 60 60 and 50 chunk. So when I was doing the first 60 questions, I was around 50 or so. This was questions. The exam was so hard. So that I was in that phase that I'm not gonna pass this exam actually. So I was actually in that phase. So I got so depressed, and I was so low at that particular moment. I started thinking about the times of what could have done better to actually in the whole process, just to ensure that I can pass the exam. So I was low like for like 10 minutes or so, and then just I came back to my senses, and I thought, and I just told myself, Madhya, this is the actually time when you can make it or break it. You should not be low or depressed at the moment, rather than doing the root cause analysis for the thing that has not even happened yet, or you have not failed the exam. You should give your 100% today to actually for this exam. So I just completed that particular question. I called the TA and told him that I want to have a break. So I went out. I got my locker key and ate chocolate. I used the restroom, and then I did walk for like 5 to 7 minutes. I took like whole break for 10 to 13 minutes. I just refreshed myself and regained my all the senses, and came back to the with the new mind to the exam. Then I started attempting again my exam, and it was good. So I focused on my exam, and at the end, During the exam, I was feeling like I'm not gonna pass it. I'm not gonna pass it. But all is well that ends well. So when the TA gave me the actually the printout that actually when it was at the end of my exam, it was like 13 minutes, 13 or 14 minutes that was just remaining. I was still having the 14 minutes, so I just thought to review the questions. So there were like around 24 or 25 questions that I have reviewed, that I have marked as flag to review at the end. So when I started reviewing the questions, what I did was I started changing the answers. So I thought this is not a good idea. Medea, let's not do that. Whatever you have done, you have done. So let's just end the exam. So I just ended exam like 12 minutes before the scheduled time. And when the TA gave, and when it showed the congratulation, I was very much surprised. So I was thinking that I did pass this exam with the very minimal, what you say, the threshold, with the very, very minimal difference. But when the TA gave me the paper in which there was written that with all the above target, I was just surprised. I was just surprised that how can I do that? So that was a little bit of my journey for attempting this PGM.
This is the maximum. When I am recording the journey, I have been silent.
You have
Because
practiced a lot, I must say that.
because I was afraid to interrupt. So yeah, and I did not want to edit it later on. I know there will be no redos. That's I am sure of that. There will be no re-recording of that. So it was better to record it right now and get it done. Okay. So I just wanted to share that one of the reason that I wanted to share this success journey with everybody is that if she has been very polite and she basically watered down the problem, all the problems that we had, like when she, that was one of the hardest phase in our life, when she had opened the pressure cooker and I had no idea why did she even use that pressure cooker. I was strongly against. And even that day when I was going to office, I told her we will eat dinner outside. I don't know why she tried to cook. She's a horrible chef, that's for sure. Okay, so coming back to the point, like that was one of the hardest time, and we have to come back in emergency, and then we got the opportunity. She missed one of the critical part. My daughter got very sick, right? My daughter got, she meant the entire world to me. She got very sick for a week, like she had 104 fever, and she was hospitalized, and so many things were happening. And I know that for a fact, if we hadn't paid the exam fees like before, we would never have given the exam. When coming back to US, so I really respect for all the people, all the working moms, and that how she managed them, because I am not good for anything. Like right now, it's 1:30 p.m. I'm going to eat lunch, which she before giving has made it and put it in the fridge. I'm gonna eat that. So being said that, it was an honor to do that thing. Not just PGMP, PMP. She did PMP in 17 days, right? 17 days, ACP almost in the same days, and PGMP. The purpose of recording this journey is only one purpose. If she can do it, right? Why not you? She had all the story to tell her. I'm sick. Yes. She changed the country 2 times. My children are sick. My husband is not sportive at all. And so many things. She has that, all the excuses. But she chose differently. And let me tell you, this time I'm telling you to everybody for the first time. People ask me how the PMP helped. She was working in Netsol and her salary was something. She did PMP within 3 to 6 months. Her salary got raised more than three and a half. Three and a half. Let's say her salary is 1,000. Just giving an example. Her salary became 3,000, 3,500 in Pakistan. She got opportunity for US because of that. If PMP, ACP, PGMP, this certification can help for her, can help her to move to US. Why not you? The question is why not you? Thank you very much, Madiha, for joining it finally. And yeah, let's guys. I hope you can make 10 questions for the students, which we can use in the continuous